The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the NXT North American Championship. Introducing the challenger, from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 199 pounds, Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Gargano has christened himself Mr. TakeOver, appearing tonight in his record 12th TakeOver match. Unfortunately, Percy, his record at TakeOver, well, it rivals that of his beloved Cleveland Browns.
Oh, Mr. Johnny TakeOver is now starting to believe his own hype. Gargano says that success is determined by two things, wins and championships. In 2019, he will become a champion. But is that accurate?
Yeah, but Nigel, he hasn't been getting many wins at TakeOver. That was my point.
Right, absolutely, when it comes to wins and losses, and perhaps that is Johnny Gargano's point. He realizes he can call himself Johnny Wrestling all he wants, but he gets some ticks in the win columns. Doesn't count for much.
He has known Ricochet for over 10 years. They've competed against each other all over the world. He tweeted that tonight, well, he needs this one. Hashtag NU.
And his opponent, from Paducah, Kentucky, weighing in at 190 pounds, he is the NXT North American Champion, Ricochet!
No surprise that the one and only Ricochet, the current NXT North American Champion, was voted the 2018 NXT Breakout Star of the Year. Most nights he left the NXT universe breathless.
I'll tell you what, we've seen this man perform on a nightly basis in NXT, and this man can absolutely fly. Title on the line, you better believe he wants to leave the desert with it still in place, still intact, wrapped around his waist.
It was a year ago at TakeOver Philadelphia that Johnny Gargano was involved in the 2018 NXT Match of the Year against then NXT Champion Andrade, and he was also in the rivalry of the year with current NXT Champion Tommaso Ciampa. But again, delivering in matches, putting on a show is one thing, but it all comes down to the W's, and Johnny Gargano seeks one of the biggest wins of his career here tonight.
I think then perhaps it comes back to the thing that Ricochet said. Is the 2019 Johnny Gargano the same as the 2018 Johnny Gargano?
You can sense the electricity here in Phoenix, the NXT universe salivating at the prospects of what they're about to witness. The bell goes. NXT North American Championship up for grabs. The singular aerial artist Ricochet defending against the technical wizardry of Johnny Gargano.
Nice simple wrist lock to take things up. And some technical expertise from Johnny Wrestling as well.
Reversal by Ricochet with the side wrist lock. Beautiful kick up by Gargano. Deep arm drag by Johnny Gargano is beautiful. Rolling crucifix into the pinning predicament. And this is where Gargano is expected to have the edge on Ricochet. Again, goes into the cover, but only one count. Oh, and remember Ricochet on the receiving end of that thunderous super kick on NXT TV.
Now you better believe Ricochet did not forget about that, but this Johnny Gargano, this is the technical Johnny Gargano that I'm used to seeing. I wonder if we'll keep seeing the same thing going forward as this match progresses.
It's also a very confident Johnny Gargano that we're seeing here. And you have to wonder, where does that confidence come from? Is it perhaps, I mean, we saw a very limited collusion with Tommaso Ciampa on NXT TV recently.
Johnny Gargano is responsible for Tommaso Ciampa being the NXT champion. Of course, responsible for attacking Aleister Black last summer. But now here against Ricochet, he needs to put all of that out of his mind. He needs to be laser focused. He's a former NXT Tag Team Champion. but singles gold has eluded him. He knows that tonight he needs to put it all on the line.
Johnny Gargano knows he's going to have to take some risks, risk making some mistakes.
Shoulder tackle by Gargano, the kip up by the uber athletic Ricochet. And there's an aggressive response by Gargano. Isadora. Oh, and Gargano again, the rolling crucifix, but Ricochet gets up and has Gargano. Oh, but the roll-up by Johnny Wrestling. Quick reversals here by Ricochet and Gargano. You can tell that these two have crossed paths myriad times throughout their illustrious career.
Oh, yeah. These guys have just warmed up on each other all night so far. Here we go.
A Mystica there by Ricochet. Lands on his feet after Johnny Gargano trying to get the better of him.
What Johnny am I going to get tonight? What Johnny am I going to get?
Oh, and Ricochet was asking Gargano, which Johnny Gargano are we going to get? And, well, he got his answer.
For a second there, it looked like neither man had the advantage, but Johnny Gargano taking an advantage.
Well, Ricochet asking him, are we going to get the Gargano who's Johnny Wrestling or the guy who attacked Aleister Black in the parking lot at Full Sail last summer? Well, Ricochet got his answer, and it wasn't the one I think he was looking for.
I truly think that the man that can fly knows what he was going to get in Johnny Gargano. He said that Johnny Gargano showed his true colors. He's a liar. He's deceitful.
Future of flight is here in the form of Ricochet. Head scissors takeover. Kip up. Drop kick by the North American champion. Please return your seat backs to their full upright and lock position. Oh, Ricochet lands on the apron. Wow! A side moonsault from the corner by Ricochet, making it look oh so easy.
As it says on his left shoulder, he is absolutely fearless, and he'll show you time and time again just why. Take a look at Ricochet.
Absolutely effortless moonsault K-Brada. As though gravity just took a break. Wham! Strong chop right into the pec.
Ricochet telling us he's never called himself Mr. Takeover. He's never asked to be called that either. However, the NXT Universe may have other plans. After all, became North American champion at TakeOver. Dethroning Adam Cole, and he almost got defanged there by that back elbow to the mouth by Johnny Gargano, who's now in a precarious position.
Gargano's toes hooked under the middle rope to keep him from falling backwards. And what Ricochet had in mind there didn't pay off, certainly.
Oh, but that right hand does. Rocks Johnny Gargano's whiskers. And again, Ricochet going all the way to the top turnbuckle. Oh, but Johnny Gargano slips out from underneath and face first to the top turnbuckle. Ricochet crashes down in a heap.
Ricochet is absolutely dazed. Look at this one more time. Johnny Gargano only needed a half a second to turn things around and put Ricochet down.
Like an elevator dropping down a shaft. Crashed hard into that top turnbuckle.
Ground and pound being administered by Gargano. Ricochet doing his best to block these strikes from Gargano.
We've yet to see a sign whether this really is a new Johnny Gargano or not.
Oh! Gargano looking to prove he's not a failure, that he's a winner, going for the win here.
We've heard sometimes some of the words that came out of Johnny Gargano's mouth, dare I say it, almost sounded like Tommaso Ciampa.
I don't know, Nigel, but I tell you what, it will be a new Johnny Gargano if he wins the North American Championship here tonight.
Gargano, a Cleveland native, developing a cavalier attitude and now tying Ricochet up. Ricochet trying to escape with those back elbows, forcing the break.
Nice strong forearm with the right.
Reversal on the Irish whip. Ricochet sweeps out the leg of Johnny Gargano. And
Gargano had that scouted.
Short-circuiting that high-impact offensive maneuver by Ricochet.
Driving the knee to the back of the neck into
Gargano
the cover.
with a back press. 2 count only.
Interesting strategy there from Johnny Gargano. He was lying on his back, and I think it was Ricochet was trying for a moonsault. But a lot of times guys will lie in wait and then put their knees up at the last minute. Johnny Gargano didn't wait. He just kicked him out of the air.
Gargano was stretching Ricochet's body like it's silly putty, but now with the arm wringer looking for maybe a modified, oh wow, just really tying up Ricochet into this pinning predicament. And Gargano utilizing all of his limbs.
Oh, look at the torque on the deltoid.
This is how you separate a shoulder.
Well, this is why he's known as Johnny Wrestling.
Almost like a surgeon there.
This is not where Ricochet wants to be. Johnny Gargano is in complete control of this situation right now.
Oh, the Gargano's shoulders are down for a 2 count as Ricochet looking to turn the tables. What a devastating chop.
That chop was across the throat of Ricochet.
Exactly where it was. Oh, and a boot to the side of the jaw. We're starting to see just the beginnings here of a more aggressive, nasty, vicious side of Johnny Gargano, perhaps.
Yeah, Gargano showing no fear in battling the nastiest brawlers, guys like Tommaso Ciampa, and he is showing that in addition to his wrestling ability, well, he can fight fire with fire, and you can never discount Johnny Gargano's heart.
You got to think with all of his issues with Ciampa, you can't be surprised that some of it didn't rub off on him.
Sunset flip attempt, well scouted by Ricochet. Ricochet picks up Johnny Gargano. Tip up, Gargano lands on his feet on the apron. Oh! And Ricochet avoiding. Ooh, beautiful. Wow, he landed on the back of Gargano with that standing moonsault.
I'm not sure if perhaps Ricochet thought that Gargano was flat to the mat, so he tried the moonsault, and when he landed, Gargano was on his knees, so took some of the brunt into his midsection.
And of course, Gargano missing with that slingshot spear. But Gargano and Ricochet both on their feet. Gargano trying to break down the high-flying NXT North American champion.
Ooh. Ricochet's almost out on his feet.
Knife edge chop by Ricochet. Keeps him in this matchup, and now Ricochet coming back with a series of right hands. Oh, and that lariat levels Gargano momentarily, and Ricochet pulls off the flying head scissors. Ooh, European uppercut in the corner, and Ricochet using all points of his limbs. Tiger fake kick to Gargano. Springboard European uppercut as Ricochet sails through the air.
Creative way into the front face lock.
Northern Lights suplex.
And how strong.
Wow!
Ricochet.
Brainbuster by Ricochet, showcasing his strength, athleticism, and almost a victory right there as he tries to retain the NXT North American Championship. Royal Rumble weekend getting started in style, courtesy of NXT. Tomorrow, Royal Rumble comes to you from the home of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Chase Field. And of course, Johnny Gargano chasing the North American Championship.
Showing a lot of tenacity doing that as well, Morrow. Digging deep, intestinal fortitude. Oh, hold on a second. Looking for a suplex there, but nice block from Gargano.
Palm strikes by Gargano.
Half Nelson, back elbow connects for Ricochet. Hard-hitting affair between two of the very best in the world in Ricochet and Johnny Gargano. Springboard, but this time Gargano avoids the impact. Oh, and Gargano into the power bomb, and he gets a 2.5.
Hold on a second.
Crossface by Gargano. Gargano.
Oh, Ricochet's in trouble right here. Ricochet may have to tap.
Ricochet grabbing there at the wrist of Johnny Gargano, trying to break that monkey grip. Great job from Gargano, positioning himself between Ricochet and the bottom rope.
And now Gargano looking to get him into the Gargano escape.
Nope, just couldn't get it. Ricochet too strong.
Oh, La Magistral here by Gargano, but well scouted. Ricochet drops his weight on Gargano for a quick 2 count. It's incredible to see how well scouted, how much data has been collected by these two superstars. Case in point.
Speaking of that, Moro, you called it.
These two superstars know each other so well.
Oh! Wow, Ricochet dumping Gargano out of the ring, and Gargano hit his ribcage hard on the apron on the way down. Ricochet flies through the air and flattens Gargano.
High pace, Fosbury flop dive as we take a look here. It was Ricochet scouting that DDT attempt. And then following up with this, Fosbury flop landing hard.
Fosbury flop was not a flop for the North American champion. Gargano trying to regain his faculties in the corner. Big boot to the face of Ricochet. Oh! Walked right into that European uppercut.
Something flew out of the mouth of Gargano.
Let's hope it wasn't his teeth. Oh, standing shooting star press by Ricochet, pulling out all the stops. Moonsault from the second turnbuckle. Will Ricochet retain the title?
Oh, man. How in the world is Johnny Gargano staying alive in this match?
And Nigel, how was Ricochet able to utilize so much oxygen still to pull off these high-risk, high-impact maneuvers?
Well, I think it's partly genetics, it's partly training. I mean, this young man we've seen time and time again, when matches go deep, he's always there.
And of course, Johnny Gargano has been so close. Look at the resolve by Johnny Gargano. Ricochet again wanting to utilize the real estate, wanting to put that show on for the NXT Universe.
Gargano knows how dangerous Ricochet is on the top rope, and that's why he's so adamant that he was going to stop the one and only from getting up there.
Yeah, agreed. He knows he can't take one more big, high offensive maneuver from Ricochet. It can be all over. His chances of being champion could be all over in a second.
It was 1 year ago at TakeOver Philadelphia where Johnny Gargano almost became NXT champion against then-champion Andrade. It was voted the 2018 NXT Match of the Year. We could be seeing the 2019 Match of the Year unfold in front of our very eyes.
Whoa.
What the heck is what's Gargano thinking? Looking for that Frankensteiner, and again.
Too much power from Ricochet.
The game of chess is being played.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow!
Did you
Ricochet lands on his feet. Mamma mia!
Gargano can't believe it!
Johnny wants the smoke. This man Ricochet is on fire.
Can you believe it, Nigel?
No one can!
Oh, step up enziguri by Gargano. He runs right into another European uppercut. This time Ricochet ducks down. Oh, and Ricochet misses with the backflip kick. What a knee strike, super kick. But that one didn't drop Ricochet like it did on NXT TV. He didn't quite get it, O'Connor. Oh, backflip kick there by Ricochet lands.
What incredible action!
A titanic struggle for the NXT North American title. Handspring. Oh, looking for the back elbow. Right into the Gargano escape. Gargano escape.
Beautiful transition from Gargano.
Gargano can sense becoming a singles champion for the first time in NXT, but Ricochet already back up to a vertical base, deadlifting the challenger. Incredible. The power, the grit, the guts, the heart, all of the ingredients for what is becoming another instant NXT classic.
Ricochet just having Johnny Gargano. I don't even think he knew where he is. He just wanted to get rid of him and landed him in the corner in the turnbuckle.
It has been absolutely incredible what these two superstars have given And it speaks volumes about how prestigious and how valuable the North American title is to both these superstars.
Adam Cole was the inaugural North American champion, dethroned by Ricochet, and now Ricochet in the fight of his life here is again Gargano rolling away.
Great ring presence from Johnny Gargano. He knew he was in danger. He knows, at least for a second, he's safer now.
I think Ricochet realizes he got Johnny Gargano exactly where he wants him.
Well, wait a second. I think Gargano realized where he was on the apron. They can boo all they want, but...
Oh, God!
Did you see
Ricochet sailed over the top turnbuckle, wiping out Gargano!
Did you see him? He waved it off. I got this. Don't even worry about it. I'll find him.
Springboard 450! Ricochet hits the spot! Gargano shows his heart in kicking out! What a breathtaking dive here by Ricochet!
Not even worried about it. Take him to the sky. That man wants to retain his North American Championship here in Phoenix.
Again, Ricochet on the top turnbuckle.
Gargano a long way out.
Shooting star press right into the knees. A cradle, quick cradle here, small package by Gargano. Gargano almost became North American champion. Wow.
But I think those knees to the abdomen of Ricochet took a lot out of him right there.
But again, you have to wonder, Ricochet going to the well again with another scintillating shooting star press. But it didn't end well, Nigel.
It was the experience of Johnny Gargano lying in wait and bringing those knees up at the last second when there was no way for Ricochet to change his trajectory.
Because these two know each other so well, there needs to be adjustments made. Ricochet may have to change course. Oh, damn, what super kick sends Ricochet crashing to the outside.
The force and the velocity of that super kick through the jaw of Ricochet sent Ricochet to the outside.
Tommaso Ciampa told Gargano he can do it himself. Gargano says, I can't. A ball right into Ricochet. Unbelievable. Oh, reverse Rana. Reverse spike Rana. Ricochet's head crashes to the outside. This has to be it. Gargano on the verge of becoming North American champion. Slingshot DDT plants the champion. Gargano. No! Gargano rolling Ricochet over to the center of the ring. Gargano beginning to sense that his time is now. But instead of going for the cover, Gargano's on the outside.
Gargano is frustrated.
He's talking to himself.
No.
What? Oh!
This is like the unsanctioned match against Tommaso Ciampa.
At WrestleMania weekend last year in New Orleans, the tortured soul of Johnny Gargano. Crisis of confidence, a crisis of heart.
But why take it to this extent? He's got Ricochet down already.
Good question, Nigel. Why?
Gargano frustrated. And if you can't beat him within the rules, maybe you have to bend them.
Referee is warning Gargano, this is not how you become North American champion. And thankfully, Johnny Gargano comes to his senses. He has to pin or submit Ricochet if he wants to. Oh! Roll up by Ricochet! Oh, 2.5. Ricochet blocks that super kick attempt. The cat and mouse game has been incredible. Oh, what? Oh, clothesline.
Good Lord.
And again, why didn't he go for the cover?
Because he's got better intentions, Morrow.
The best laid plans. Phoenix Flash, Ricochet lands. He's able to recover. Oh, what a super kick! What a kick by Gargano! Oh, and Gargano now. What the? And Ricochet's going for the Gargano escape! Talk about adding insult to injury if Ricochet were to retain the title via the Gargano escape!
Man, you called it, Mo. You're talking about a mental break. Gargano will never be able to live with himself if he loses to Ricochet with the Gargano escape.
Look how far Gargano is from the bottom rope.
Yeah, but Ricochet didn't have the grip.
Just couldn't hold it.
And Gargano able to regroup. Both superstars in a taxing battle. Both of them need to make adjustments. It's, I believe, going to come down to who makes a critical error, and probably due to fatigue, probably due to the fact that they have gone together at it like, you know, hammer and tongs here, Nigel.
Back and forth, both superstars.
And I agree with the NXT Universe. I wouldn't mind if they fought forever. Oh!
Ooh. Nasty, driving Ricochet right back into the post. That was the exact same thing that happened in Gargano's match against Andrade that caused Gargano to lose that match.
It was the 2018 NXT Match of the Year. Gargano's looking at the floor. The exposed floor of Gargano.
What Gargano was dealing with.
No! Oh my God! On the exposed floor, Gargano just drove Ricochet straight down. Oh my God, Ricochet's barely moving, you guys.
Hey, look, if you didn't know which Johnny Gargano we were dealing with, now you know. Take a look at this on the exposed floor.
And again, this time Gargano realizing in order to become champion, he has to roll Ricochet back into the ring.
Well, it's hard when you make assurances. Johnny Gargano said, I will be champion. And sometimes you have to take risks, and you have to make sacrifices, and you have to become a deeper, darker person to do that.
Gargano saying, I win, and he's on the verge! He's on the verge of winning! We are about to crown a new NXT North American champion!
What the? Oh my God!
Wrestling has finally done it!
And new NXT North American Champion, Johnny Gargano.
After so much emotional turmoil, after coming oh so close on this night in Phoenix, Gargano has indeed risen from the ashes of prior title opportunities, and Johnny Wrestling is the new NXT North American Champion.
Gargano licking his lips, savoring every second